Hi again, everybody, and welcome into the Major Arena Soccer League. Alongside my broadcast partner, Eric Bergrud, I'm Nick Vassos. Today, the Kansas City Comets host the Harrisburg Heat. The Comets are coming off an impressive last-minute come-from-behind victory on Thursday night in Dallas. Meanwhile, Harrisburg comes in having played last night in St. Louis against the Ambush and falling to St. Louis by a score of 12-7. Eric, last night the team, Harrisburg, was without one of their most dynamic players in Dominic Francis, but it's their leading scorer that they're going to be leaning on tonight.
He's an all-star. He's had an all-star season. He's Joey Tavernese. 15 goals, 4 assists. They're going to depend on him from some offensive production today.
For Kansas City, we know all about the offense. Rion Marquez having a career year. Zach Reggett, the Golden Boot winner from a year ago. But it's a player who punched the Comets' ticket into the Ron Newman Cup final that we're going to highlight today.
And it's his birthday. So Christian Andreas, he is pesky. He gives other teams fits, and you guarantee he's going to want to score a goal or two on his birthday.
Well, we are at the halfway point of the regular season, folks, and every game is going to ratchet up just a little bit, starting with this one tonight. The final drive to the Ron Newman Cup final begins here in the regular season. It's Kansas City and Harrisburg kicking off next.
The Adirondack Apartments, the brand new apartment and townhome community, is now open in Independence and is the exclusive housing partner of your Kansas City Comets. Discover modern luxury living, from stainless steel appliances to resort-style swimming pool. The Adirondack Apartments has everything you need to live the life you deserve. Stop by or visit us on the web to schedule a tour of your brand new luxury home. The Adirondack Apartments.
Ooh, it feel good, don't it? Yeah. I can't help myself. It feel good, don't it? Check out my 2 steps. I put the moves on it. I can't help myself.
Community America Credit Union, where every member feels like a star.
Check out my 2 steps. I put the moves on it. I can't help myself. It feel
Member owned, open to all. Community America Credit Union, invested in you.
This is Kansas City. This is my town. What happens here matters to me. You're my neighbors, and when one of my neighbors gets hurt, I want to help. If you're hurt in Kansas City, I've got this.
Call 816-888-7500.
Clear vision is so important for everything I do, on and off the field. I'm Zach Reggett, forward for the Kansas City Comets. We are super excited to partner with Silverstein Eye Centers as the official eye care provider for the Kansas City Comets.
I'm Dr. Steve Silverstein. We would love to show you what eye care should be. Please call us to schedule an appointment or visit our website at silversteineyecenters.com.
The Major Arena Soccer League is proud to welcome you to MASL Soccer on MASL TV. MITRE is the official game ball supplier of the Major Arena Soccer League. Established in 1817, MITRE is one of the leading soccer brands worldwide and produces some of the best soccer balls in the world. Learn more at mitre.com.
Well, there's one of the big storylines for today. That's Nicolau Neto, who is back in the lineup at starting goalkeeper. Neto back after going through a series of injuries. Philip Ejimadu has filled in remarkably in Neto's absence. Eric, what do you make of Neto's return?
Other than bringing me joy to see him play again, Nick, I mentioned on the Blue Chirp podcast this week that Coach Stefan Stokic was going to have to find minutes for him, just like he found minutes for Ejimadu last year.
Yep.
I don't read anything more than he's getting minutes. We'll see who's starting next Friday night here when the San Diego Sockers come. Excuse me, the 16-time champion San Diego Sockers come to town.
It's ramping up early. We are still about a week out from San Diego coming to town, and you're already stirring the pot, which I encourage. Kansas City and Harrisburg. Harrisburg 2-7-1 on the year. Kansas City 7-1-2. Comets are 4-0-1 here at Cable Dahmer Arena. Harrisburg 1-4-1 on the road. They played last night in St. Louis, falling 12-7. and they got off to a really good start. A couple of tough calls from officials kind of derailed the momentum for Harrisburg, and St. Louis, with the help of 4 goals by Frank Tayu, and King and the ambush sailed past the Heat.
It's a lot of goals for St. Louis to score. 12?
Yeah.
Yep.
It sure is. Kansas City coming off, as you heard in pregame, coming off a victory in Dallas Thursday night. A 7-6 victory in which they scored the final 3 goals in 2.5 minutes. Kansas City to Danny Mulhue. Danny down to the corner, puts on the brakes, plays it away, back to Nacho. Nacho had the hat trick Thursday night in Dallas.
Game winner, 30-something seconds left in the game, too.
Oh, they went away. Here's Zach trying to turn and fire off the boards. It comes out in front of Malcolm Harris, gathers it up for the Heat.
Everybody's doing the Wallace score thing this year. I couldn't tell if that was a shot or a pass.
Does it seem like teams are trying that more, Eric?
Oh,
It seems to me
absolutely.
like I haven't seen it as much in years past.
It's kind of like calling timeouts. You know,
Right.
we just promote things on the show and then people do them. Manifest them.
Nacho fires one into the single man on the wall, and here comes Harrisburg out with it. Harrisburg out to the right. There's a shot by Favela and a save made by Neto.
Favela had 2 goals last night.
I learned last night on the broadcast, was listening to Joni and Joni.
That's right, that's the end.
Joey and Matt, and meanwhile the Comets get it down the other end.
3-line
Silva,
pass.
yep, kicks it 3 lines to go back to the other end of the field.
Sometimes you have to do what you have to do.
Back to Favela.
Yep.
Joey says that it was Frank Tayu who discovered him. Did you hear about that?
So let's take a look at this replay. This will be Neto's save. Good to get your hands on the ball first time out. He played with the strikers and then went through combine, or he was on that roster, and Tayu used to be out there.
Nacho over to, is a shot off the crossbar. Andreos, the birthday boy, almost got one home. We remain scoreless. 13 minutes to play in the opening quarter. Kansas City and Harrisburg meeting for the first of 3 meetings this year. A Wallace score attempt from Marquez. And there to defend it is Harrisburg, but they can't get it out of their last third. Comets drive it back in there, and Silva bends at the waist and scoops it up.
We're talking to Harrisburg Heat coach Pat Healy before the game. There's no way he wants to be giving up double-digit goals every game. You can't win in this league if you give up that many goals. And he has arguably one of the best goalkeepers in the league. At least if his Florida numbers prove something. And he was routinely getting sub-4.
There's a giveaway. Oh, and the Comets can't keep it. Almost another near giveaway, and this one is. Here's Andreos on the left side, goes off the boards, into the middle, and that went off the crossbar again. Another header, and then headed away again by Malcolm Harris. Kansas City keeps it back in. Andreos tried to heel it back in. Now out front and center for Ramirez. Comets maintain possession. I do have a question about,
If you give me a second, I'll give you an example or two, but it's rare.
Gotcha.
San Diego Sockers with Zoltan Toth and Jim Gorsick, but it's been a long time ago.
That one nearly went out of bounds. Tavernisi takes it into the corner. Unhappy with a non-call there. Comets trying to get it out of their last third.
referees looked at it, and
kept the card in the pocket.
nothing was going to happen there.
24 seconds left on the advantage to Harrisburg. Here's Tavernisi, their leading scorer, down to the corner, and then back up front to Harris. Harris tries the right side, Pantone. Rush on Pantone. Now near side it comes to Shearer. Front and center, Harris. Over to Pantone, off the glass. Tavernisi.
He's going to win that one back.
Now De Silva, Big Mike De Silva, the former Comet, out there on the power play. He's their second leading scorer in today's lineup. Silva's got a dozen assists for the Heat. Here's Harris. Penalty is now over. Both teams now even strength. Comets kill off another power play. That's their 10th in 11 times that they've been down. They've killed it off. While a scorer attempt there by De Silva comes off to Kansas City. Reggett goes down and a foul is called on Kerstetter. Bradley Kerstetter out of Halifax, Pennsylvania. Nacho Flores on up to Zach Reggett. Kansas City looking to make it 3 wins in a row. They beat Chihuahua in that exciting game last weekend, and then just this past week on Thursday, defeated Dallas in the final 2.5 minutes of that one. And then here, if they're able to win against Harrisburg, that Comets would put together a 3-game winning streak. Down to the corner to Reagan, out to Nacho. Nacho shoots. What a save by Silva. They call him the Wall.
So naturally, our comments about goalies tandems got a response from Baltimore. So Brad Crossley from the Blast podcast reminded me of Scott Manning and Keith Van Aaron historically.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Those are 2 great ones. But it's rare that teams have thrown both goalkeepers in and have been successful in terms of championship runs.
And congratulations to Baltimore, man. They are playing incredible soccer right now. They've won 9 in a row. They're near the top of the table and looking really good.
Mixture of old and new, and some of the free agent pickups. Really impressed.
Here's Marquez. He fires Silva. Makes the save. Harrisburg clears it out. Near side it comes to Pereira. Under 5 to play in this first quarter. We've yet to have our media timeout, have we?
Not yet.
Okay. Guerrero Pino leaves it for Nacho, goes off. Vandegrift comes back on. Here's Nacho. He sends it into the corner looking for Marquez. It rolls to Marquez's feet. Rion shields away the defender. Now front and center for Nacho. Into Dirtle. And Dirtle played it back out to Nacho. He wasn't going the right way, and it rolls across the half line. Kansas City will trot back and take it. Mulhugh to Nacho, near side Dirtle.
Which, of course, now our resident historian, Brian Holland, has had to give some Kansas City history to me on tandem goalkeepers.
All right.
In the early 90s, the Comets had Mike Dowler and Jim Gorsuch. What I would argue, though, is that tandem didn't win a championship. The tandem that did win a championship, Scoop Stanisic and Warren Westcoat.
Oh, yes. Good tandem there for sure. Foul called on KC. Harrisburg's ball with 3:44 to play in the first. Here's Silva. Line drive into the corner. And looking for De Silva. It rolls back into Neto. He's got it. Neto shooing everybody down the field. He'll roll it out to his left to Vandegrift. Neto named to the All-Star team. That one in the corner, and Silva's got it. Silva with a good arm, throws it out to the right for Favilla. Favilla leaves it, and player goes down. That was Riley Urey. He went down. Comets take over, looking to get it ahead to Kazim. Now picked up by Vandegrift. Vandegrift going forward again.
His favorite new position.
It is.
Left wing.
Into Rion, trying to turn his defender. He goes down, and a foul is called against Harrisburg.
Oh, my goodness. Now the commissioner has jumped in. Look at this foul. He got taken down. An easy call. He says Victor Noguera and Dan Green. Victor Noguera and Nick Warburg, 6 championships. I think that was a lot of Victor Noguera, commish. There was a lot of him. I'm waiting for the commissioner to, in 3 years.
Oh, there was Reggett with that left footer smashing the window. There's Andorreos, birthday boy out front, leaves it for Reggett. Reggett with a right footer, looking to maybe bang it off the boards, but that goes right to Silva.
So 3 years will be the 50th anniversary of the modern indoor era. I'm waiting for the commissioner to put out ballots for the top all-time team because Victor Noguera is going to be my goalkeeper, and I'm not just saying that because of who the commish is. I mean, he just an absolute legend who changed the game.
He broke the hearts of Kansas City fans many, many times. Here's Wainwright in the left wing corner. One of the newer players for KC. Comets got some fresh faces out there on the field. Here's Andorreos. Pino forward for Ramirez. Henry. Oh, Henry. Moving to his right, off the glass. Through the area. Pereira runs up on that one. Now off the boards from Wainwright. And Panton picks it up for Harrisburg. 90 seconds to play in the first. 90 seconds to play in the first. Lux St. Lou is in her position down by the referee's crease. And typically we would chat with Lux coming out of the media timeout, but I'm not sure we're going to get to it. So
it's highly unusual to get through a whole quarter without a media timeout.
It is. Hang in there, Lux. We're going to come to you at some point. Here's Pereira. No score between Kansas City and Harrisburg. Comets looking for their 3rd win, their 8th win on the season. Harrisburg looking for their 3rd win. Foul called against Junior Kazim of the Comets.
And if you just assume that Harrisburg was in a 19-goal game last night, so it would be a high-scoring game, today, welcome to the Major Arena Soccer League. It doesn't work that way.
Yep. Here's one of Harrisburg's younger players, Andrea DeSoma. Sorry about that. There's DeSoma again at the top of the arc. Couldn't pull the trigger on that one. Now Neto will just clear it long. 18 seconds left in this opening quarter. Hugo Silva. He's in his 11th, maybe longer. Seems like he has been in the league for a long time. 57 career victories. Marquez from downtown. And that's it. That is it for the first 15 minutes. Kansas City and Harrisburg off to a competitive start here at Cable Dahmer Arena. Glad you are with us. We'll have second quarter action straight ahead. Don't go anywhere. You're locked into MASL TV.
Daytech is an IT enterprise infrastructure provider covering networking, security, and more. Email us at sales@daytechinc.net to learn more about Daytech.
to the veterans, even this guy. At Community America, every member feels like a star.
My name is Lux. We are scoreless going into the second period here between the Kansas City Comets and your Harrisburg Heat. Harrisburg last night in St. Louis, a very tough game, and they didn't make it into Kansas City till around 1 a.m. last night. I do believe that's going to be a factor in their game. Sending it up to Nick and Eric to get the second period going.
All right, thanks a lot. Lux St. Louis for us down there on the field. Lux, we'll check back with you in just a little bit. Kansas City and Harrisburg scoreless. Eric?
You like Comets trivia?
I do.
Historical facts. Did you know that Kansas City is 4-5 all-time on Groundhog Day?
I did not know that.
There you go. So 31-13 all-time versus Harrisburg. That goes back to the NPSL era.
Okay.
And the current version of the Heat has yet to win here at Cable Dahmer Arena. And so we'll throw some facts.
Yeah.
My favorite tidbit, so this is courtesy of Brian Holland, our resident historian. My favorite Harrisburg Heat versus Kansas City Comets tidbit is the last game I missed on air was February of 2020, Harrisburg Heat against the Kansas City Comets. It was you and Brian Budzinski, and that was the infamous Willie B game.
It was the Willie
B in goal for Harrisburg.
I had not seen William Bonahene, and boy, did I have a time trying to pronounce his last name. And typically, I pride myself on proper pronunciation, right? I couldn't get it. I couldn't get it throughout the whole game. So,
and once you start, you can't stop, right?
I know you couldn't. And so everyone had a lot of fun with it, and that was great. Here's Danny making a bid. Rebound, score! That is Ramon Palmer. Kansas City 1, Harrisburg nothing.
So Danny's going to get credit for the Wallace score assist. I think he was trying to shoot there and just hit it wide, but ultimately, when somebody shoots, somebody else needs to follow the shot. So let's take a look at it. Danny to Ramon. Danny makes the run down the far side. Good pass, though, diagonal pass from Ramon. Shot went wide, but ultimately Ramon followed the shot. 1-0 Comets.
That's Ramon's 5th goal on the year, and that's the first point as a professional for the Kansas City Comets by Danny Milhew, simply known as Danny. He gets his first assist. 1-0 Kansas City.
Take 10. That's all the time you'll need, I guess, for me, Eric Bergerud, to take you inside the game and get to know some of the big stars advancing the sport on and off the field. 10 for 10 airs weekly on MASL TV.
Who's coming up?
Oh, I'm not going to. Well,
can you say?
I went out west for the next one. That's as far as I'm going to go.
Okay.
So
here's Pino from downtown. That one off the mark. Pino gets it again. Instead, he'll pass it out to the right to Zach Reggett.
We started with Everton, then we did Ian Bennett. This past week, Brian Budzinski, managing partner of the Comets. We're going to go out west, and then we're going to go back east because we got to keep all our fans happy that we're in different parts of the country.
Okay, good. Here's Marquez trying to lay it off to Henry Ramirez, broken up by Big Mike De Silva, and here come the Heat back the other way. It's Zach Perry down the right side, marked closely by Kazim of Kansas City, and then back to Favela. Favela towards the center circle. Perry was there, and then he draws a foul. It's going to go against Junior Kazim. Junior not terribly pleased with himself. Perry goes off.
Second foul in the half on Junior.
And here comes Harrisburg. Both teams switch ends. Harrisburg moving it left to right this quarter. Here's Silva. Silva with a big right foot, almost got Tavernisi, almost redirected that one in, and then another Secondary shot, and Neto makes the save. Neto throws it long, and there was a hold that was missed. Wainwright was there to try to catch the ball on its downward trajectory.
Not enough to merit a challenge flag. Might have been a little shirt grab, but nothing that was more than a regular foul.
Here comes Dirtle. He fires a left-footed shot. Silva hangs on, and he's throwing on out to Uri. Uri into the corner, away from the goal, back to Harris. 12.5 to play until halftime. Adriana Dos Santos, in his 15th year, is out there on the floor. Couple of Comets go down. Here's a shot. Good. Blocked by Dirtle. Kansas City trying to kick it out.
Talked about Dirtle last game, maybe cementing his spot, and that was after scoring a goal against Chihuahua. 2 goals the other night at Dallas. So right now he's flying, and the goal's looking pretty big.
Favela on the right side, marked by Vandergrift, goes off the boards. Easy play for Neto, and changes for both teams. Vandergrift stays back there with Neto. Again, Nicolau making his first start in some time. Along the near boards to Danny. Danny lost the handle on it. Zach Perry is there. He's stripped of the ball. Comets take over. Zach Reggett's got it.
It was the game at Milwaukee where they wound up losing in overtime.
Oh, that's right. Yep. Danny over the top of the defense. Here's Ramon Palmer away from the goal, back to Vandergrift. Vandergrift, the defensive player of the week, along with Philip Ejimadu in week 9 of the MASL.
Reggett wanted a foul. Reggett didn't get a foul.
Comets do get the ball back with 11 minutes to play in the first half. Comets, after some changes, here comes Eric Pereira. He'll roll it up to Reggett and then give it back to Pereira, who hops over to Silva. Kansas City will maintain possession. They'll change the point of attack. Over on the right side here. Oh, Henry Ramirez with an absolute blaster. Now we're going to have a foul called against Junior Kazim. That might be Junior's 3rd of the half.
That is his 3rd of the half, and he probably didn't need to do it because he was trying to do a side scissor kick, going for the exceptional, and 2 defenders there. It wasn't going to go in. So I think Junior's going to spend some time on the bench here. Probably not risk the 4th foul and a half. Is a 2-minute blue card. So take a look here on the replay. There were 2 defenders there.
Yep. Everybody's back up, so everyone's going to be all right. That's great news. Silva. He'll roll it along the carpet. Rolls through his intended target. Comets take over Neto, and there's some high pressure from Harrisburg. Pino bounces one up there for Marquez. Chests it, settles it. Marked by Kerstetter of Harrisburg. Sends it near side for Nacho. Off the boards. And it back to Rion! Rion Marquez! El Capitan has the assist. Comets lead 2-0.
You were asking earlier, are teams actually practicing the Wallace Scora? That's 2 goals for the Comets, 2 Wallace Scoras for the Comets. Good entry pass, and Rion held it, looking to get guys set up. He comes across to Nacho, who says, okay, thank you, I'll pass it back to you. Wallace Scora. You see how he angled it. Clearly, he was looking for Rion to make a run in the box. Perfect placement. Yes, teams are working on this, Nick.
They very much so are working on this. That's number 14 on the season for Rion Marquez, who remains among the league leaders in goals. And for Nacho, that is assist number 9 for team captain Nacho Flores. 2-0 Kansas City. Here's Dos Santos. Across the field to Tavernisi. Tavernisi had it poked away by Palmer. Palmer gets it over to Milieu. Danny forward, back to Ramon. Ramon down the right side, goes off the boards again. Another Wallace scorer attempt. Andreos was a little bit too far outside. Andreos picks up the loose ball. Here comes Christian one-on-one. Moves to his left, shoots! That one too far on the inside. And Harrisburg clears it.
Was looking for that birthday goal. Didn't quite get it.
Comets getting some chances here. The game is beginning to open up here in the halfway point of the second quarter. Silva slides to his left to pick that one up. On up to Favela. Favela now will turn, face the defense. He'll kick it into the corner. And that one bounces through the area and over to the feet of Zach Reggett.
Good pass there off the side of his foot. Start the counter with Dirtle. Nacho wants to slow it down.
Comets will be in action next week when they will take on the San Diego Sockers.
No, you didn't say that right now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The 16-time champion San Diego Sockers. That's what you need. Show them the respect. Show them the respect.
Thanks for the reminder, pal. I got it.
I feel like it was a long time ago when my shtick was the 14-time champion.
Comets wanted something there. The fans not happy about it, letting the officials know. Comets maintain possession.
Oops, giveaway.
There's a giveaway, and that one goes right to Harrisburg.
Vandegrift did a good job just slowing this down.
Tavernisi takes it into the corner, trying to get it back out to Perry, but Palmer intercepts for the Comets. Here's Wainwright, get it into Ramon. Now Nacho forward to Zach. Harrisburg now out with the ball.
Speaking of Perry, we had a John Perry sighting here last game, and he figures on this date in Kansas City indoor soccer history. We'll have that for you later.
John Perry winning a championship in Kansas City, 92-93.
Against the Cleveland Crunch.
One of the great players of all time.
I went to all 5 games in that series. One of my all-time highlights, which was awesome, watching games at the Convocation Center in Cleveland. Pretty cool.
Oh, Danny goes hard into the boards. He's okay, thankfully. Silva has got the ball at his feet. He'll reach down and grab it with 7 minutes and 8 seconds to play in the first half. Lux St. Lou is going to have an interview with Nacho Flores coming up. Meanwhile, here's Marquez. Marquez shoots, and Marquez! He keeps it going for Kansas City. It's 3-0.
He won't get an assist on it, but Eric Pereira made a great run down the right side. And I think Silva had to choose which way am I going to focus. Am I going to focus on Marquez, or are we going to focus on the pass? We'll take a look at it here. Ramon sends the ball up. And you can see Pereira there never got to him because Rion kissed it off the goalpost. 3-0 Comets.
All right, let's take a break. Danny Milieu, he gets his second assist on the night, and the Comets jumping out to a 3-0 lead. Stay with us.
Hail, alma mater, we sing to thee. Thy name forever a guiding light shall be.
Strong as an oak tree, thy name shall never fail.
To thee, alma mater.
Hail, Park Hail. We are. We are.
are.
The Adirondack Apartments, the brand new apartment and townhome community, is now open in Independence and is the exclusive housing partner of your Kansas City Comets. Discover modern luxury living, from stainless steel appliances to resort-style swimming pool. The Adirondack Apartments has everything you need to live the life you deserve. Stop by or visit us on the web to schedule a tour of your brand new luxury home. The Adirondack Apartments.
Welcome back to some Sunday evening soccer here at the Cable Dama Arena on MASL TV. 3-0 here with the Kansas City Comets leading after a second score from Rion Marquez, going into 6 minutes left here in the second, sending up to Eric and Nick in the booth.
All right, thanks a lot, Lux. We look forward to your interview with Comets team captain Nacho coming up at halftime. Under 7 to play, and Hugo Silva has it on the half line. Sends it over to Malcolm Harris, and Harris played it into the corner. Nobody there for Harrisburg, and then Dirtle bumped into the boards by Favela. A battle for the ball and a foul called against Kansas City. It's going to go against Ramirez, I believe.
It is. Catch MASL Monday every Monday night on MASL TV and on CBS Sports Golazo Network. Alex Bastiavansky and Phil Ivanko are joined each week by special guests from across the league to recap the weekend's games and discuss the league's hot topics. Joey Tavernisi was a guest. Joey always has something to say that's informative and provocative, and great guy.
Dos Santos runs up on it. A second try goes up and over the glass, out of bounds. Dos Santos has been playing in a professional indoor soccer team for so long that the stats that the league has, it doesn't completely cover his entire career.
I feel like he, Nelson Santana, and Craig Giles ought to sit around and compare notes.
100%. Oh, Silva was off his line. Henry Ramirez says, I'll try that. That was a little wide, and Nathan Dirtle gets tripped up on the far side. Foul called against the Heat.
More Wallace score attempts, Nick?
I just keep coming.
Well, hey.
It's effective play.
Yeah, all I have to do is bring back multi-point scoring, but just for Wallace scores. That would be awesome.
Oh, my God. You're going to get more messages now.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Here's Silva.
Good jump off the bench by Favela. Sometimes you'll see that working where the player on the field jumps off the short side, the sub comes off the long side, and the defender gets lost, and it's off to the races against the goalkeeper. Comets track back that time.
I don't know if I've asked you this before. Were you a fan of the multi-point scoring system?
Oh, we had this conversation.
I'm sure we have. I mean, we've been doing this for a while now.
I think I said something like it's like 90s rom-coms. Or no, I know what it was. I said it's like 90s boy bands. You shouldn't, but you absolutely have to listen to it. That was how I responded to it, Nick.
Oh.
There were some great games that back and forth with those three-point goals. No, I'm not suggesting you could need to bring that back directly, but hey, since everybody's Wallace scoring now, may as well get credit for it.
Exactly. There were some three-point specialists, too, back in the day. Quinoni Martinez,
oh my
he
goodness.
was so good from outside the line. Vandegrift, he's looking to get it to Reggett, who's double-teamed. That bounces into Silva. Silva throwing towards the Comets' yellow line, headed back to the half line. Favela's there. I was really impressed with this kid Favela last night in St. Louis. He had a really nice game.
He's been coming on strong here the last couple weeks.
Try to play it over to Wainwright from Andreos. Favela up with the ball. Bounces off to Yuri. And this is on back to Kerstetter. Forward. It's played to De Soma off the boards. That went off the top of the dasher boards. Took a funny hop all the way across the field. Dirtle goes down, draws the foul on Harrisburg. Kansas City ball 4:23 left until half.
So let's do on this date in Kansas City indoor
All right.
soccer history. 1993, attack forward John Perry was named NPSL Player of the Month for January in the wake of a 67-point performance during that time. He posted hat tricks in 4 straight games, too.
Oh, my gosh. Oh,
that was the
wow.
championship season,
Yeah.
and John Perry was on a tear. Some great all-timers on that Kansas City roster.
I know some of the players on on that team called John Perry the baby lord of all indoors.
He could score goals in bunches. And yeah, and he was here. I don't remember the last time I saw him at Cable Dom Arena. It was great to have him here.
Yep.
He got to chat with Commissioner Keith Tozer. They've had their times.
For sure.
Yeah.
In fact, I bet you Keith, did Keith coach John Perry?
I
One
think
year? I think it was 1 year, right? That first year, maybe?
No. He had left. Well, no, maybe he signed partway through that first year.
Here's a drive by Perry and save made by Neto.
I'm sure I'll get the bat line from the commissioner. He might have come in the middle of that 91-92 season when Keith was the attack coach here in Kansas City.
3 minutes to play until halftime. Comets lead 3-0. Probably need to look here. The last time the Comets shut out an opponent in the first half.
You really want to go this route, Nick? You really want to go this route?
Well,
By the time you figure it out.
I'm just asking questions. There's 2:50. Now, you know what? I shouldn't have opened my mouth. We'll see what happens here. I might have just jinxed it, all right? So everybody stay tuned, and then you can yell at me.
You can always come back after halftime.
I'm sure I just jinxed it. That was the announcer jinx right there, Eric. Harris into the corner. It is Jack Shearer who has the ball, double teamed. He comes back out to Malcolm Harris. He's wearing the captain's band this afternoon. Here's Gamino. Now Silva. Silva coming up way off his line. Look at Silva.
Reminder from Brian Holland that when Zoran Savic got hurt in 91-92, ended his career, John Perry was his replacement.
How about that? Zoran Savic, if you haven't heard, recently retired from Sporting KC after, gosh, what was it, 15 years with Sporting? And
Pretty long run.
And Zoran had the distinction, by the way, of winning a championship as a player, as a coach, and as a general manager.
Yep.
One of the very few people who have done it. Might be the only one. Here is Pantone.
Wait till I ask you to tell me what team he played on that won.
The Louisville Thunder.
Oh, there you go. The American Indoor Soccer Association.
Yep.
Check you out, Nick Vassos.
There you go. I could land one every once in a while. Riley Urey had some unpleasant words, I'm sure, for Guerrero Pino. Pino says it's not my first rodeo. I've been here for a while. Driven in by Harris and then kicked out of bounds by Nacho. That one almost went up into the suites. And lodged perfectly. Give it a toss, young man.
Take a look on the replay.
Yeah. Look at that. And then, boop.
Couldn't plan it any better than that.
Good work from our crew tonight.
Oh, handball. No argument. Comets try to play quick. Maybe a little too quick.
Harrisburg foul number 89, first setter, in the second of the half.
1:51 to play in the first half. 3-0 Kansas City.
No argument on that one.
Harrisburg, some high pressure from Kansas City. Silva using the boards. Now here's a long one from Zach Reggett. Comets still with some
2-on-1
pressure.
chance unless Riggett gets back.
Here we go, back the other way. It's Pantone moving into his right, over to Yuri, who shoots on the near side, no good. Now front and center, down to the corner again, blocked by Ramon Palmer of the Comets. Perry tries left side now, Kerstetter. 1 minute, 10 seconds to play in the first half.
I asked Coach Stefan Stokic Thursday night in his post-game news conference, they're going to be getting let down after this game, coming back and beating Dallas. Quote unquote, there will be no letdown. Told him when I saw him come into the arena, I wrote that down, Coach.
Here's Favela. Silva coming up, sort of the sixth attacker. And Silva, for a big guy, let's not forget, he's got some pretty good feet too. There's Favela, tees one up and blasts it over the goal. Goalkeeper distribution coming up for Nicolau Neto as we take a look at Favela. There's Neto getting the start this afternoon.
You might get to look at that stat now, partner.
14 seconds left. Here's Marquez, and that's too strong.
It's been a while since they've shut out somebody. We'll have to look that up. We'll get there. Come back.
We'll come back to it. Harrisburg will have it with 10.2 seconds. Harris on up to Yuri. Yuri marked by Eric Pereira of the Comets. Mike DeSilva with a touch. Henry Ramirez kicks it wide. 1 second left on the clock, and that's going to do it. That is the end of the first half with Kansas City leading Harrisburg 3-0 and shutting out the Heat for the first 30 minutes of this game. We'll stand by and check in with Lux St. Louis. She'll talk to the Comets head coach Stefan Stokic here in just 1 second.
What do you think she's going to ask him?
What has been so successful in the first half? How do you think your guys are doing?
That always works for me, because he got tired of me asking him every time what adjustments are you going to make at halftime.
Well, that's my follow-up question. All right, let's go down to Lux St. Louis. She's got the head coach. Lux?
Hey, Coach. Exciting to see Neto back in the game and a first half shutout. Can you speak to his healing and what it's like to have his experience back in the net tonight?
Yeah, I mean, he's a great keeper, a lot of experience, so we're just happy to see him back on the field.
Okay, and what do you want to see from the guys in the second half?
I want to see some more patience with the ball on our feet. I think defensively we did well with our pressure at moments, but I just think we need a little bit more patience and put more chances away.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, Lux St. Louis with head coach Stefan Stokic coming up at halftime. We're going to talk to Nacho Flores. We also will take you around the MASL with Alex Bashavansky, and we'll have some highlights for you. Stay with us.
Daytech is an IT enterprise infrastructure provider covering networking, security, and more. Email us at sales@daytechinc.net to learn more about Daytech.
It's a season of savings at Cable Dahmer. Come in now during our Season of New Tradition sales event. Get a Forte for only $99 a month. That's only $99. Plus, every new Kia comes with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. And Cable Dahmer Kia has doubled the size of its service bays to serve you better. Stop in today off Colburn Road in Lee Summit or visit us online at cabledahmerkia.com. If you want a Kia, thank Cable Dahmer.
We know a place where you can drop your bags and relax your mind. It's a place where you can unwind and unplug while staying connected, where having a lot on your plate is a good thing. And 5:30 Kickback is all about kicking back. Yeah, we know a place, and we know you'll love it too. Drury Hotels. Travel happy.
Happy halftime, MASL fans. My name is Lux, and I'm joined here by the captain of the Kansas City Comets, Nacho Flores. Nacho, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Good. How are you?
I'm doing great after that win versus Dallas. Walk me through that last play where you got the game-winning goal.
There's a funny story about that goal. So I think Zach and I are in the same play. I was just trying to go forward, like trying to push the team in the last 40, 50 seconds. And there's a ball in between Zach and me. I went and I took it with my right. And in that same play, I apologized to him because he was on his left foot. And I said, sorry. And he said, it's okay. Next second, I see the ball right in front of me. I didn't even think twice. I just hit it with my left.
I think that's a good karma of being polite to your teammate.
It was really good. Then we were talking about it. We were laughing.
That's awesome.
It was good.
Now, you've been in the league 9 seasons. What has changed on and off the field since the first year you started playing and where you're at now?
I think there's some things that have changed and some other things that are still the same. In terms of having a great locker room and environment and being supportive, that hasn't changed a bit. Since I joined the Comets, all my teammates, my coaches, everyone was very welcoming and they treat everybody really good. The environment, the chemistry that we have within the locker room is amazing, and I've heard it from people that have joined the team lately too. So it's just amazing, and I hope that never changes. Because it makes everybody feel in a good environment of work. Which is huge for developing your skills and performing really well. What has changed? To be honest, it's getting better and better every year in terms of we're getting more people in the arena. They're doing a better job in social media. They're treating us better in the trips, the hotels, and everything. All those things are getting so much better.
Well, you mentioned the locker room and the vibes, but you're the captain of the team. You're responsible for setting the mood, the vibe in there. When you turned over the torch, what felt different for you?
I'm that person that likes to have good energy, to dance, to sing, to make jokes. So before the game, I'm kind of like a clown. I'm joking around and I try to give my teammates some support. However I can support him, I try. If I see somebody that is not doing really well, I try and go and make him laugh. But then when the game starts, it's different. I'm a serious person. I'm an aggressive player. And it's crazy how it changes. But I enjoy being like that, and that's just who I am.
Well, I thank you for your time, and I'll let you go get into character mode or Zen mode, whatever mode you need to get the game going. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of your halftime.
Can I say one thing?
Absolutely, Nacho.
My family is away, and they're about to come back. I just want to tell them how much I miss them and how much I love them. Los amo mucho, los extraño, y ojalá que puedan estar acá el viernes. Thank you.
Clear vision is so important for everything I do, on and off the field. I'm Zach Reggett, forward for the Kansas City Comets. We are super excited to partner with Silverstein Eye Centers as the official eye care provider for the Kansas City Comets.
I'm Dr. Steve Silverstein. We would love to show you what eye care should be. Please call us to schedule an appointment or visit our website at silversteineyecenters.com.
Community America Credit Union, where every member feels like a star. Member owned, open to all. Community America Credit Union, invested in you.
shoots, he scores!
What's going on, everybody? This is the MASL in 5. It's your chance to get caught up on everything that went down in the MASL over the past week in just 5 minutes. Let's go.
We're actually going to have a Comet representative coming up. I'll tell you in a second.
Here's Nathan Durdle! He gets his first goal!
Nathan Durdle gets his first MASL goal for the KC Comets on Teddy Bear Toss night, no less. Thousands of bears collected for charity by the Comets, who were taking on the Chihuahua Savage that night. The team, they are trying to unseat as league champions, and the Comets sent a message. They will be a force to be reckoned with. They handed the Savage just their second loss of the campaign, taking it 5-2. 3 days later, the Savage continued their Midwest swing against Milwaukee. This game had everything. Mario Alvarez made it 6-5 Wave in the fourth quarter, but with just over 2 minutes remaining, the Mexicans knotted it up. This one needed overtime.
And they work the 1-2. Shot saved by... Oh, no. Augie Ray, but the rebound followed. Gallego scores. And the Chihuahua Savage win it in overtime, 7-6.
And Milwaukee had better luck against Utica, though, 2 days previous. With 47 seconds left in the game, Vinny Dantas ties it up for the Blues off this beauty. But then, the weirdest finish so far to any game this season.
Coughlin's got to make something happen. Ball rolls. Oh no, this one might end. And it does. The Wave, the final second of play in the Adirondack Bank Center, and Milwaukee walks away with all 3 points.
With 1 second remaining on the clock. Ouch if you're Utica. Some hot players from last week. Dom Francis continues to have a tremendous season for Harrisburg. The man from Huddersfield, England, had 6 points in 2 games. That included a 4-point performance against Dallas. Jesus Pacheco, hat-trick in an 8-5 blast win over the Sidekicks. Jesus now 14 points on the season so far. And Justin Stinson of the Empire Strikers had a great week for the boys in purple against Utica in the return match. He had a hat trick, including that beauty right there, getting Philly and the boys out of their seats. The MASL All-Star Game, of course, taking place on February 12th in Utica, New York. It includes an All-Star Skills Challenge at 6 p.m., All-Star Game at 7:15, and followed by the All-Star Fan Fest. After that, it all happens February 12th in Utica, New York. Your Players of the Week brought to you by Green Drop, and they are goalkeeper Philip Ejimadu, defensively Chad Vandegrift, offensively Kelvin Oliveira of Utica. This is just getting ridiculous. After missing several games, he returned. He had 9 points total, 8 points in one single game in a win against Milwaukee, though. Defensively, Vandegrift, talk about a monster game against Chihuahua. Sure, he had 2 goals, but he also had 10, count them, 10 blocks for the Comets, and in between the posts that night, goalkeeper Ejimadu coming up huge as well for KC. 19 saves to go along with 2 assists as well. Okay, time for your Plays of the Week.
Still with Kelvin, and it trickles in. Oliveira scores. It's 5-4. Riggy's right back within 1. Coughlin's got to make something happen. Ball rolls. Oh no, this one might end. And it does. The Wave, the final second of play.
Quarterly in indoor soccer. There we see Brian Orozco checking into the game for Clayson DeLima. Que golazo! That was the goal of the game. Brian Orozco jumping into the stands.
And here goes Kelvin Oliveira. Onto his left foot. He finds the back of the net. An absolute strike. Works across, and Alvarez rifles a shot in the top left corner.
Here in the first. Quickly behind. Wally gets one.
Escalante from downtown. Shazam!
Moves in left side. Shot blocked by Tavernisi. Follow-up goal with 1.6 seconds on the clock.
Willie B only finds Oliveira, who can take a shot from distance, and it's in the back of the net. Oh my word, what a strike from Kelvin Oliveira from
his own half. He finds the goal.
Yeah, and just a reminder, of course, that to stay up to date with everything that's going on with the league, including great feature stories, the latest news, statistics, you can head to the MASL's official social media outlets. Thanks so much for watching. See you next week.
Daytech is an IT enterprise infrastructure provider covering networking, security, and more. Email us at sales@daytechinc.net to learn more about Daytech.
Hail, alma mater, we sing to thee. Thy name forever a guiding light shall be.
Strong as an oak tree, thy name shall never fail.
To thee, alma mater.
Hail, Park, hail. We are. We are. We are.
We are.
Nick Vassos alongside Eric Bergrud and Lux St. Lou down on the field. We are at halftime with the Comets leading 3-0. Here are some of the first half highlights. Eric, talk about your favorite subject.
What, goalkeeping?
Exactly.
We've seen it in this game. Goalkeeping on both sides. Neto getting the start. Well, actually, let's see that goal first. Wallace Scora. Danny passing it to Ramon Palmer. Silva, and a good save there by Neto. And then another save on the second, kind of an overhead kick opportunity there. Here is Nacho looking for Rion in the middle.
Oh, that's a pretty Wallace score right there.
Second Wallace score of the game. Comets were up 2-0 at that point. Rion, he's feeling it today.
What a great shot that was.
Danny again on the assist. And here's Rion. Thought about it. Just put it off the post, 3-0. Rion, 2 goals. Danny, 2 assists. Neto with the first half shutout. When was the last time Kansas City's had a shutout in the first half, Nick Vassos?
Well, this from our resident historian, Mr. Brian Holland. He reports it was back on December 3rd of 2023. The Comets hosted the St. Louis Ambush here at Cable Dahmer Arena. They held them scoreless in the first half. In fact, held them scoreless through 3 quarters. The Ambush didn't score until the 4th quarter. So December of 2023 is the last time the Comets.
Neto was in goal that day.
Neto, you're right, Neto was in goal. That's exactly right.
Get the latest news on the MASL and your favorite teams by following MASL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram and MASL Arena on X. And always on game day, if you miss a goal, check out MASL social media because they'll put the highlights up for you.
Third quarter action is back underway. Crowd getting fired up for the second half. Big Mike De Silva plays it back, and then forward it comes right to Ramon Palmer of the Comets. Back to Zach Reggett. Reggett lays it off for Palmer. And then over to Nacho. Nacho into the target to Reggett. Reggett goes down in a foul. is called against Harrisburg. That'll go against Malcolm Harris.
There's why it sounds so loud here is there's a promotion always the first minute of the second half. It's a crazy minute. This would be like a good time to call a timeout to get a play, so that way the fans could get a goal, but they won't do that. Andreas on the far side is an option.
I haven't seen this one. There's Reagan with a shot. Oh, Silva made a save. How about that misdirection right there? Reagan again, ding dong off the crossbar.
Man, the fans thought they had it, Nick.
Boy, 2 good chances there for the fans to go home with some food. Neto, long for Marquez. And Nate Herron, our public address announcer, letting the fans know they can be loud whenever they want to, not just during the promotion minute. Now the ball out free, and Silva pounces on it again for Harrisburg. Shaken up on the play is Bradley Kerstetter.
See if the trainer comes out or not.
Looks like Rion's going to help Kerstetter up.
Subscribe today to MASL TV on YouTube. You'll find game rebroadcasts, MASL shows, highlights, and more.
Heat trainer Randy Dillon didn't come out, so perhaps Kerstetter will shake it off and be able to come back into the game more quickly than sitting out for the next 2 minutes. Silva throws it on up to Tavernisi. Tavernisi back to Dos Santos.
He and Vandergriff will be playing. We'll see if they're on different teams of the same team in the All-Star game coming up on February 12th.
Here's Yuri down the left side, battling with Pereira. Pereira takes it away. Pereira plays it into open space. No Comet there. Now Zach Reggett fills the void. He leaves it off, lays it off for Ramirez. Comets 7-1-2. Harrisburg 2-7-1. Up to Zach Reggett. Reggett battling with Shearer there. Reggett stiff-arming the defender away. Correction, that's Zach Perry. Now Dirtle. And then forward Kazim. Kazim strong on the ball. Leaves it for Nacho. Now Kazim. His pass a little strong for Vandegrift. Circles back and leaves it for Nacho. Now into open space to Reggett. Reggett's got all 5 players in front of him. He's looking to the far post for Nathan Dirtle making a run. One broken up by the Heat. Comets trying to win the ball right back. Up the field it comes to Gambino.
Mentioned the Comets record 7-1-2. They started last season 7-1, and then the wheels fell off the bus. 0-7-1 in that middle of the season stretch. So they're actually ahead of pace from last season.
Loose ball. Pino chips it forward for Andreas, trying to cut it back. Christian with a couple of more touches on it before Heat player steps in, gets De Silva, and he'll clear it. Neto, always good with his feet. Now to Pereira in front of the Comet bench. 11:30 to play in the third. Palmer trying to get past Yuri. Palmer still going forward. De Silva comes off his line and whacks it right off of the boards. Pino back into the corner, this time Marquez. Marquez settles it on the tip of his shoelaces. Now trying to get it out to Pereira. Pereira pokes it away, right back to himself, fires it into the box. Palmer was in that area. Heat get it back. Now here's Wainwright with a shot. Save made by Silva.
Good shot on his left. Comfortable save for Hugo Silva.
Silva right up Main Street. Back to Harris. Harris played it back to Silva. More pressure from Kansas City. It's a shot. It's a goal. Marquez wins the ball. Lays it over to Ramon Palmer, and the Comets extend their lead. It's 4-0. Boy, what a
So
game.
there's this rule in the league that goalkeeper can only touch it with his feet one time in each possession, and Hugo Silva touched it, and then all of a sudden Kansas City tried to press, and they were successful here. Here's Hugo Silva with the ball. Ramon Palmer with the press, and then Real Marquez jumped in. Easy layoff, and Palmer countered as a goal. 4-0 Comets.
That's Palmer's second of the game, his 6th on the year. And for Marquez, he has 2 goals and now an assist. And for Rion, that is assist number 13 on the year. What a season Rion Marquez is having. And there's a smile from Ramon Palmer. Kansas City leads 4-0.
We talked about Ramon Palmer last year quietly putting up goals and assists after he handed the captain's armband to Nacho Flores. And again this season, just quietly getting his points, and one of the underappreciated midfielders on this Comets team.
I have a word written down on my boards here for Ramon Palmer, and that is foundation. He just seems like he is a part of the Comets fabric. He's been around for so long and has been such a consistent performer over his years.
Not too many players from that championship team still playing.
Yeah.
Beat the Baltimore Blast in 2014.
His head coach, Stefan Stokic, one of the members of that team. 9:20 to play in the third. Harrisburg with the ball. Gonna roll it forward for Tavernisi. Tavernisi is on a 6-goal streak, meaning that he has scored a goal in his last 6 games. And he draws the foul against Henry Ramirez.
And I appreciate what he did. He knew he got fouled. He didn't yell. He didn't complain. He just got up and went into his position.
Harris will trigger the restart.
Timeout. Timeout's coming.
Timeout is coming.
See, you know how I knew it?
How'd you know
Because
that?
Mike De Silva kind of looked over at Harris and said, call a timeout. MASLsoccer.com is your home for everything Major Arena Soccer League. All the latest news, leaderboards, highlights, and more. Last time I checked, partner, those Texas Outlaws haven't won a game all season, and they were up 3-2.
Eddie Puskarich, he's got him going.
Revenge game against Dallas Sidekicks.
What's the update?
I'm looking.
We're standing by.
4-2 Outlaws in the third.
Oh, how about that?
Wouldn't that be big?
Now, I watched the game. What was that? Must have been last night or Friday night down in Texas when UCFC came in.
Yeah, last night. Yep.
And they gave UCFC all they could handle.
Yeah, I think Eddie Puskarich, great guy, was an announcer before he became a head coach. He's a good coach. He's just been in situations where he hasn't had a lot of resources at his disposal. And so when you get into conversations about who's the best, it's easy to be the best when you have all the money, all the resources, everything, right?
Sure.
But if you can get wins with a good team, a scrappy team, I mean, that shows something about the coach. They don't have that one locked up, but if Dallas loses this one, Dallas is going to start being in some serious trouble, because this is a game they absolutely need to win if they want to make the playoffs.
Let's see what happens here. Kansas City leading 4-0. Harris behind the ball for the Heat. Harris up top. There's a drive. That one deflects into the goal. And Harrisburg has its first tally of the afternoon. It's now 4-1. And are they going to give that to DeSoma, or is that going to go off Tavernisi and maybe in the goal? I'm not exactly sure. Let's take a look, Eric.
They called the timeout, so clearly they had an idea of what they wanted to do.
Okay, so
Tavernisi is going to get credit. He was the closest one to it.
Yeah, that may have touched him last before it crossed the line too. Take another one. Another look here. Okay. All right. We're going to give De Silva, former Comet, the assist. And Joey Tavernisi.
7 games in a row.
7 games in a row. Yep. This just in, Joey Tavernisi's good.
That's 16 goals on the year for him.
Thank you. Tavernisi has played all of his professional soccer on the East Coast, except for 1 year. Do you know where he played in his second year in the league?
I don't.
Ontario.
Oh, yeah.
There for just a short time.
It's amazing how many people played in Ontario over the years.
Yeah. Tavernisi, he's been, Rochester, started in Rochester, then the next year, Ontario. Then after that, Syracuse, then UCFC, and then Florida, and then now with Harrisburg. He's from Long Island originally.
Long Island.
Long Island, he loves the East Coast. Here's Dirtle. Dirtle might have a chance. Dirtle walking it in. Shot goal! Oh, he went Walla Scora to Rian Marquez. Marquez has the hat trick. Dirtle continues to contribute. Kansas City back to a 4-goal lead.
Giving the credit to Dirtle. Good hustle there by Dirtle. Dirtle's been impressive, Nick.
Sure has.
Won his lineup spot for sure these last 3 games. Let's take a look at this on the replay. So good pressure there from Rian. Wicked bounce there, and Dirtle just pressed enough to win the ball. Walla Scora.
Rub those hands, Rian.
But all the credit there to Dirtle for sometimes you just have to press those defenders, create opportunities for your team, and it's 5-1 Comets.
Dirtle picking up his first professional assist. Comets now have 5 on the board. Wainwright sticks a big foot in there. Wainwright is he's got length, as they like to say.
Yep.
Battling on the near side, Andorreos, Dos Santos, as well as De Soma. Back to Silva now. Here's Yuri.
Marquez's 5th career hat trick, courtesy of Brian Holland.
Thank you, Professor. Correction, Yuri to Tavernisi. Tavernisi tried to go Walla score. That one was blocked. Here is Yuri with some space. He shoots and he scores. Riley Yuri. It's 5-2.
Take a look at the replay here. More Tavernisi on the far side. Try to go past Vandergriff. And ultimately the ball wound up to Yuri, and he smart. He waited for Neto to commit down and went top shelf, 5-2.
So Riley Yuri, the second-year player from West Glover, Vermont, narrows the score. It's 5-2. Stay with us.
The Adirondack Apartments, the brand new apartment and townhome community, is now open in Independence and is the exclusive housing partner of your Kansas City Comets. Discover modern luxury living, from stainless steel appliances to resort-style swimming pool. The Adirondack Apartments has everything you need to live the life you deserve. Stop by or visit us on the web to schedule a tour of your brand new luxury home. The Adirondack Apartments.
Welcome back to the Cable Dahmer Arena. We are going in 7:23 in the third, 5-2 Kansas City Comets with the lead. The third period has been exciting, seeing goals for both teams. Before we get the action, I'm setting it up to Eric and Nick in the booth.
All right, thanks a lot, Lux. 7:18 to play in the third. It's 5-2 Kansas City. Riley Urey closing the gap with the Comets. Forward it comes to Danny Mulhugh. Danny into the corner for Zach Reggett. Reggett lays it off back to Danny. Danny still going forward, and it ricochets into Hugo Silva, the Brazilian from Rio de Janeiro. Up the near side, once again, Urey. Urey in his second year, played for Empire last year. Now down to the corner to Tavernisi. Foul called against Nacho, tripped up Joey.
The MASL All-Star Game is headed to Utica, New York on February 12, 2025. Follow the MASL on social media for updates on tickets, rosters, and more. Joey Tavernisi will be there. Don Francis will be there, and 5 Comets will be there.
Harris behind the ball. 2 men in the wall for the Comets. Harris bangs it off the glass. Ball loose in the box. Cleared away by Andreos of Kansas City. Sent back in there. Now the Comets trying to get out on a breakaway. Andreos, he's got 2 players in front of him. He slows it down, gets it over to Kazim. Kazim working hard to hold on to it. Gets it to Pino. Pino thought about passing it down to Nacho. Instead will hold it. And the Comets will set up their offense with about 6 minutes to play in the third.
Kazim set down for quite a number of minutes in that second quarter with 3 fouls. No fouls so far this half for him.
Comets. Marquez encouraging Pino. Oh, what a pass by Pino and a shot by Marquez. And quick reactions from Hugo Silva. That was good offensively and defensively. That was fast.
Looking for Marquez.
Marquez gets tripped up. Hugo off his line. Can the Comets take advantage? And it looks like Harrisburg scrambles back defensively, and they'll have to set things up.
Comets were wanting a line change, and 2 minds there, and just decided to hold it back.
Comets waiting for players to get into position. Dirtle sends it into the corner to Wainwright. Wainwright fouls the Heat player. I believe that is Panton. Nope, that's Urey. Harris kicks it up to Tavernisi. Tavernisi turns and chases with Eric Pereira into the corner. Pereira volleys it up to the center circle to Reggett. Now Dirtle picks up the loose ball. Dirtle circles back around, leaves it off for Wainwright. Wainwright shoots, and Silva has to range to his right and make the save.
Wainwright's been impressive in his Comets debut.
He sure has. Urey off the top of his head, then Tavernisi on the volley. Neto placed perfectly. Makes the save.
It's a pretty young roster for Harrisburg, so having somebody of Joey Tavernisi's experience out there is huge. He's seen it all before. Knows what it's like to play these back-to-back games on the road.
Wainwright leaves it for Nacho. Over to Ramon Palmer, who's got a couple of goals this afternoon. Back to Nacho. Now they'll try the corner, and Marquez. Marquez looking over his left shoulder. Leaves it for Palmer. 3 minutes and 53 seconds left to play in this third. Kicked out of bounds, and that'll go to Harrisburg. There's the youngster Wainwright getting some instruction from one of the Comets' assistants. Into the corner to Panton. Correction, Mike De Silva. Comets were looking for Pino running right up Main Street. Instead, it's taken over by the Heat, I should say. Silva Kicking it long for Harris. He couldn't hold on to
Good
it.
ball
Palmer
through.
up to Andreas. Andreas, birthday boy. No! Stoned by Silva.
Pino's had a few good entry passes. First to Marquez, then to Andreas. No goals either time.
3 minutes and 9 seconds left in this third. Here's Kazim trying to split the defenders. Broken up, Tavernisi. Now Kazim comes back. And Kazim wins the ball back for Kansas City. They'll try Junior again. He's set up in the corner. He's marked by Perry of Harrisburg. He goes down, no call. And the ball rolls into Silva. Heat working it out of their last third. Yuri. He'll leave it for Dos Santos. 2.5 to play, and here come the Heat. Trailing by 3. Down to the corner, and then away from the goal. That's Jack Shearer down there to Perry, now to Santos. Here's Yuri. Yuri trying to nutmeg Kazim, and he did, but Comets able to take it back. Pino had it poked away by the Heat. Pereira goes out wide to Neto, and then up to Wainwright. Wainwright with a full head of steam down the right side. Is he going for glory? He's going to move to his left. Nope, he'll play it to Vandegrift. Over to Nacho. And now Marquez. Rion with the hat trick this afternoon. He'll fire one. That one deflects off of Harrisburg, goes out of bounds. There's Rion Marquez. He might be having the best year of his career.
I think he is.
Yeah. Coaching staff have always known the potential of Rion Marquez, and I think injuries have slowed him over the last couple of years, but since he's been healthy, he's been great. There's a shot. That one's saved by Silva once again. Now Nacho, one touch. He fires one, and that one either blocked
one
or
for
saved.
the team. That was blocked.
Oh, wow. Who is that still down? Nacho, I mean, he ripped one at the goal. And, oh, yeah, that was a header. Let's see who that. Yeah, I couldn't quite tell. Can't tell if that's.
Gamino?
Oh, yeah, it is. Gamino.
Definitely took one for the team on that rocket from Nacho. Corner kick.
Abil Gamino. Second-year player. He also played for Empire last year. Here's Nacho to Danny. Danny took a crack at that one, stuffed. Andreas. He'll play it over to Zach. Reggett is there. He'll go off the boards right out in front, and Danny could not redirect the wall of Scora past Silva, who's got it. .114 left in the third. Comets lead 5-2. Harris up the right side for De Silva, who tried to turn and volley in one shot. Neto's got it. He'll lay it off to Dirtle. Pressure from the Heat. De Soma, correction, Pereira out with it. Pereira gets taken down, no call. And now that one is going to be called. De Silva is not happy about it at all. Kansas City will get offensive players back out on the field.
Marquez back out with Reggett on the same line here.
Yep.
Danny's getting a lot of playing time. He's had a good game, probably his best game that we've seen him play here his first year for the Comets.
Yeah, you can see the more confidence in his game out there tonight.
He's been shooting with both feet too, left and right.
Andreas leaves it for Danny. On up to Marquez. 35 seconds left in the third. Dirtle comes back out. To Nacho, to Pino. Pino will try the corner with Dirtle racing towards the ball. Silva's there to intercept. And then rolled ahead to Tavernisi. Tavernisi trying to get around Pino, and Neto off his line to kick it away. Good play there by Nicolau Neto.
You don't get any credit in the stats book for how you read the game, but reading the game is critical as a goalkeeper.
Silva floats one long, and Neto's got it. 3 seconds left, and Neto will throw it long, and that one out wide, and we have come to the end of the third quarter. Just 15 minutes to play to settle this one here in Kansas City. The Heat have narrowed the game. It's 5-2 at the end of 3 with the Comets leading. Fourth and final frame is coming up next on 38 The Spot.
Daytech is an IT enterprise infrastructure provider covering networking, security, and more. Email us at sales@daytechinc.net to learn more about Daytech.
This is Kansas City. This is my town. What happens here matters to me. You're my neighbors, and when one of my neighbors gets hurt, I want to help. If you're hurt in Kansas City, I've got this.
Call 816-888-7500.
Clear vision is so important for everything I do, on and off the field. I'm Zach Reggett, forward for the Kansas City Comets. We are super excited to partner with Silverstein Eye Centers as the official eye care provider for the Kansas City Comets.
I'm Dr. Steve Silverstein. We would love to show you what eye care should be. Please call us to schedule an appointment or visit our website at silversteineyecenters.com.
Get the latest news on the MASL and your favorite teams by following MASL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram and MASL Arena on X. A score update from the Credit Union of Texas Event Center, Nick.
Yeah.
Texas Outlaws 5, Dallas Sidekicks 3 heading into the fourth quarter, just like this game is.
Oh, boy. It's close here, and it's
Jamie
definitely
Lovegrove
close.
scored that goal. Jamie Lovegrove, my
that's
MVP of a few seasons ago. Yeah.
The campaign, the MVP campaign of Jamie Lovegrove. Well, there's Nicolau Neto heading back after his goal. Neto getting his first start since earlier on this season. He's been plagued by some injuries, and then, well, he had a keeper in Philip Ejimadu who was just playing incredible in front of him. And
Reigning goalkeeper of the week,
yeah,
Philip Ejimadu, 19 saves against Chihuahua here at Cable Dom Arena.
Terrific performance by Philip. And so getting some minutes tonight for Neto, which is important. And really for the youngsters, we've seen some of these youngsters out here. It's really important to get this experience on the field, some game action as we get deeper into the regular season. 5-2 our score, fourth quarter now underway. Harrisburg moving it left to right.
We've seen this show before at Cable Dom Arena. Usually it's the St. Louis Ambush, bringing their goalkeeper up. So we head into the fourth. Of course, if it's the Empire Strikers, it's the whole game.
I was just thinking of him. I was just thinking of that team. The really unique way that Anu Obasi plays with the Strikers and the keeper over the half line. There's
Leo Palma getting some minutes.
Yep. Foul called on Tavernisi. There's Leo Palma. There's Nacho. On up to Wainwright. Now Nacho into open space. Nacho moving to his right. Shot goal! Nacho sends one over to teammate Zach Reggett.
It acts like it hurts, but it feels good at the same time. Yep.
Everything's still working, Zach. Here we go.
Take a look at that replay. What do you say after that? Wainwright, good ball through to split two defenders. Not just like, what do I do? I'll just pass it to my teammate back post.
Yeah, Gamino he was in no man's land. He didn't know which way to go.
It's all good, Zach. Another goal for Reggett. After a stretch there where Reggett was
4 games.
Yeah, the goals are coming, the smiles are back.
Number 9 on the year for Zach. And for Nacho, that's his 2nd assist of the game. That's his 10th on the year for
And a
Nacho.
goal. Harrisburg has not given up. They are not going to give up.
Jack Shearer with the goal.
Take a look on the replay
Now
here.
6-3. See, that's why you can't look down.
Comets all over the field, and Shearer just put himself left side, cut across his body. Nothing that Neto could do.
Yuri with the assist, number 4 for him and for Jack Shearer. That is Jack's first goal of the season. Congratulations, Jack Shearer. So 6-3, 13:42 left to play in the game. Still a lot of time left. I mean a lot. See what happens. That one lands in the expensive seats, front row.
Catch MASL Monday every Monday night on MASL TV on YouTube and CBS Sports Golazo Network. Alex Bash-Javansky and Phil Levanko are joined each week by special guests from across the league to recap the weekend's games and discuss the league's hot topics. Last week, they rated teams in terms of report cards, and the Comets wound up being somewhere between an A- and a B+, which I think is fair. I think they will feel like they gave that Milwaukee game away. They had it won and gave up a game-tying goal with 7 seconds left. They'll definitely feel that one. Game in San Diego wasn't going to be, and then the loss here to St. Louis hurt. So clearly not as good as they want to be, but yeah, A- B+ is all right.
That St. Louis game, they absolutely parked the bus against the Comets. They were packed inside their own yellow line, and it was hard for the Comets to penetrate the wall, and that's how they won that game. And credit to them. I haven't seen him play like that, and I've seen him a couple of times since. It didn't seem to really play that way last night against Harrisburg.
Different team. They were playing at home, different situation. Dangerous play there by Big Mike. It'll be interesting. They come back here on February 16th. St. Louis does. It'll be interesting to see if they play defensively again or not. Guarantee you Frank Tayu is going to be pumped up for that game.
Oh, yeah. Into the corner for Wainwright. Wainwright trying to head it on goal. He does. Not a lot of pace. Silva's got it. In between that game on February 16th is the game against the 16-time champion San Diego Sockers. That's Friday night, February 7th. It's a 7:05 game here at Cable Dahmer Arena. Get your tickets. It is going to be a full house, and we are going to have some fun.
We always have fun when the Sockers are in town.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of respect for that franchise, and kind of like Baltimore too, it's a mixture of the veterans plus new players in, and when you can bring in a Luis Morales and a Sebastian Mendez, things are going to be okay.
Yeah. De Silva over the ball. Now a shot by De Soma. That one blocked by Kansas City. Kicked out to Andreos, the birthday boy. Gets it to open space to Palmer. Ramon Palmer down the right side. Back it. Oh, it went behind Andreos. Little miscommunication there between Palmer and Andreos. The Heat kick at the length of the field. Neto is there for KC, and he'll play it up to Marquez, who settles it quickly.
Good ball through.
Nacho shoots, and he scores! Nacho from Marquez! Kansas City 7-3 over Harrisburg.
What a game Rion Marquez has had.
Wow.
What a game. Nacho's been on a scoring tear too. Mentioned earlier, Nick, he had the hat trick at Dallas. So here's nice little light entry pass from Rion, giving Nacho a way to put it around Silva, just kind of opening up his hips. And Harrisburg's going to take a timeout.
All right, we'll keep it right here. And for Nacho, that is goal number 14 on the year. And for Marquez, he has his second assist. That's now 14 for Rion to go along with his hat trick. So he's got 3 goals and 2 assists for the Comets this afternoon.
Big game for the big guy. Disagree with a call tonight? You might just see it on the MASL's most controversial show, Under Review with Phil Levanco and MASL head referee Ryan Sigich. Catch it every Friday on YouTube. My sense is the Harrisburg fans watching us tonight on MASL TV are hoping that 1 or 2 calls from last night's game at St. Louis make the cut this week. We'll see if the hosts oblige them.
Yeah, Pat Healy was not happy with the 3rd goal scored in the game. It was, clearly he was in deep disagreement with the officials last night. And
so you want my take not just on that, but things in general?
Yeah.
It's a complex rule book. And in some cases, the FIFA rules apply. In some cases, they don't. It's very difficult to be a referee in this league. And if you watch Under Review, you can kind of see this. Here are the 2 or 3 what-ifs that referees need to look at some of these more controversial plays. It's not easy. I'm not rationalizing anything, but for me, it's the rule book that makes it more challenging than the referees on the field.
– 7-3 is our score. Comets out shooting Harrisburg 29-17. Heat on offense. That's Perry. Over to Yuri. Pereira stepped in. Yuri, boy, got a fast one. Almost got it by Neto. Neto had to reach around to corral it. And the score remains 7-3.
I was chatting with Phil Levanco, the co-host of that show, Under Review.
Yeah.
And suggested that the rules are complicated. Suggested, I think it'd be cool if the league or individual teams did like MASL 101 sessions with fans. You could do it in person or you could do it online. Where we can walk you through not just the basic rules, but the more complicated rules.
Oh, Silva almost lost it. Dirtle was right there. And I think Silva could hear the whistle of Dirtle's shoe going right by his ear.
Yeah. It's funny.
Pino coming back. Or, just weekly, watch Under Review. I learned so much in those episodes all the time.
They had one from the Chihuahua Kansas City game last week. The foul on Henry Ramirez caused that led to a 2-minute shootout. Just walking through how Chad wasn't the last defender in that play. And why it merited a shootout rather than a straight 2.
Yep. Kazim, well, no, he got by De Silva for a moment, or Silva for a moment. Harris is out with it. Harris, puts down a Comet player. Harris putting his shoulder into Leo Palma, and Palma goes off, holding his back.
Welcome to the MASL, rookie.
9.5 to play in the game. Comets a 4-goal lead. Into the corner for Vandegrift. Vandy Gets tripped up, but's able to get it back to Marquez.
I know you saw a bunch of Kansas City Harrisburg battles over the years.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and another foul called. This one's going to go against Nacho. He took down Harris. Yeah,
take a look at the replay. I think you'll see he slid in right there, came a little late.
Yep. Well, when we play St. Louis, you know, they're celebrating the, what is it, the 30th anniversary of their only indoor title?
Their only professional title, if you want to look at it like that, was the 94-95 St. Louis Ambush.
And it was the Harrisburg Heat, in which
that Harrisburg team was good.
It sure was. And surprising that St. Louis swept that series in 4 straight games. Here's Dirtle.
Good turn.
Yeah, for sure. Here's Dirtle now with some space. Looking for post.
Looking to give Wainwright one. Wainwright's put himself in the right positions. It just hasn't come yet. Almost had one there, too.
Yep. Palma drives it back in there, goes out of bounds. The Comets are going to have it again with 8:22.
So the replay went 5-hole, and it just didn't get there.
So top of the arc restart for Kansas City. Great opportunity here to extend their lead. Everybody is basically on the left side of the goal, Eric.
Danny's in the traditional place that Lucas Sosa normally is, back post. Ball never got there.
Boy, it looks like the Comets have been working on some new restarts. We've seen some new plays here for this team.
Kind of practice at the world-famous Kansas City Soccer Dome. I see some of the young guys, they put in their time. Everybody shows up to practice. Even when you're not playing, you got to put in the repetitions and show coach that I'll be ready when you call my name. And Wainwright and Palma got their names called today.
Stefan Stokic. He'll be up in Utica for the All-Star game.
Good.
Oh, what a pass. There's Danny making a bid for number 1. No. Silva makes the save. Now Yuri back the other way on the counter. Pino's the only one back. Here's Yuri trying to slot it back. Great play by Pino. And now Pino back the other way. Guerrero looking for someone to pass it to. Shoots. Silva makes the save.
Pino's thinking, why not? Danny has had a really good game. Just the ball hasn't gone in, but he's had multiple opportunities to score. Has 2 assists on the night.
Into the corner for De Silva. Neto pops it out to Marquez. He heels it back for Vandegrift. Up to Kazim, back to Vandy. Vandegrift.
You go after Mello and see what happens. Or Dos Santos, I mean, yep.
7 minutes to play in the game. 7-3 KC.
I think Chad thought better of trying to take on Dos Santos there.
Kazim changes the point of the attack over to Palmer. Now back to Vandegrift. He uses the wall. That was dummied by Marquez. It comes back to Vandegrift. Comets have scored 2 goals here in this 4th quarter. The Heat have scored 1. That one kicked right out of bounds by DiMatteo. And we've got a timeout on the field, so let's take a break. 6:15 left to play in this game. Kansas City with a 77, not with a 70-point lead. Make that a 7-3 lead. Spit it out, Nick. We'll be right back.
Community America Credit Union, where every member feels like a star. Member owned, open to all. Community America Credit Union, invested in you.
MASL fans, join us Friday, February the 7th at 7:05 Central Time, right here at the Cable Dama Arena as the Kansas City Comets take on the San Diego Sockers. If you're not in Kansas City on Friday night, you can check it out on CBS Galazo. We are here right now on MASL TV, YouTube, 6:15 in this game. Comets up 7-3. Nick and Eric, what do you think?
Oh, man, I'm looking forward to that game against the Sockers. It's always a good contest here at Cable Dama Arena, and maybe the Comets can get one back against San Diego. They went out to the Front Wave Arena and lost 7-4 early this season, so we will see. Thank you, Lux. We'll check back with you in just a little bit. Heat coming down, put one off the glass. That one no good. And a battle for the 50-50 ball won by Harrisburg. Into the corner, Jack Shearer turns and fires. He has one goal of Harrisburg's 3 goals. Foul called on the Heat. That'll go against Riley Urey. And Kansas City will have it.
You mentioned Kansas City and San Diego. Kansas City had a pretty good year against them last year, winning at Pechanga, the last game they played at Pechanga Sports Arena, and then here in Kansas City.
Here's Marquez. He is battling Gamino. Poked away.
I don't think San Diego was happy with how last season transpired, and so clearly they needed to upgrade, or they felt like they needed to upgrade their roster, and they did.
Wainwright strong on the ball, able to maintain possession to Pereira. Pereira will kick it off the boards for Marquez. Rion trying to turn. Rion still going forward, and a foul called. That's going to go against Gamino. And the Comets are going to have a great restart chance here near the top of the arc.
Once again, Danny in the traditional back post role that Lucas Souza plays.
Yeah, the Comets.
Zach Reggett out wide right.
Comets without Lucas Souza. Here's Marquez. That one blocked. Also without Leo Acosta tonight.
Yep.
And Lucia Tetsane. Comets free out in front. Shot. Save again. And Reyes thought he might have had another one. Boy, he's been close tonight. 3 times
Snake
he's been
bit
close.
on his birthday. Huh?
I'm sure he'd take the 3 points.
Yep.
Still a little ways to go. Comets a 4-goal lead. 4:34 to play in the game. Here's Leo Palma, forward to Danny Mulhugh. Goes by Danny, near side Vandegrift. Vandy, the current defender of the week, player of the week, defense. Off the boards, and Kazim could not catch back up with him, but he'll try to win it back. He's double teamed, pressed up against the boards. Vandegrift there also. Now we've got a whistle and a foul called against Vandegrift.
I think the ball went off Brian Martin, actually, and so free kick for Harrisburg. I haven't heard you say his name yet today, partner.
Brian, I mentioned it early on that he was in for Kyle.
I wasn't paying enough attention
Atkins.
because I should have been.
Well, thanks, Eric.
Sure. Now, normally I'm like as a hawk when you mention his name.
Is he going to say it right? Is he going to say it right?
Yeah.
Is he going to goof again? Andreos trying to split the defense. Andreos could not put a boot on it. Ball bounds over to Kazim. Now back to Ramon Palmer. Let's see if Pat Healy decides to insert the 6th attacker here shortly.
I don't see anybody holding a jersey on the bench.
Yeah,
Silva can play quasi-6th attacker, as you mentioned earlier.
Henry Ramirez looking far post. Silva got a piece of that one. Sent back in by Vandegrift.
Timeout opportunity.
And
they're not.
Well, he's going to wind and throw it down the field, and it's given right back to KC.
If they were going to go 6th attacker, that would have been the place to call a timeout and bring that person on.
Pereira to Vandegrift. Now Reggett. Reggett's got a goal tonight. 2.5 to play in the game.
Comets, you just play keep away at this point. They've got the game won. It's been a long weekend for Harrisburg. Saturday night at the Family Arena. Late bus trip to Kansas City.
Yeah. Now Wainwright with a shot. Boy, this kid's got a powerful shot and looked really good tonight.
It's just going to be tough to sustain the minutes when some of the midfielders come back, but he's shown enough tonight to earn a second look, Nick.
Here's Leo Palma. Forward for Nathan Dirtle. Back for Marquez. 90 seconds to play. 90 seconds to play. Kerstetter. On up to Pantone. Now Marquez making a bid for number 4. That one blocked by Perry. Comets hold on to it. And we're coming up on the last minute of play. Kansas City is going to go on to win this game. They will have won 3 in a row. They'll get the full 3 points and remain near the top of the MASL table.
It's never too early to start talking playoffs. Join 8 of our teams in sunny San Diego as they square off in the MASL Ron Newman Cup playoffs April 4th through 6th. Ticket deposits are now being accepted. Visit stsoccers.com for more information. Or just hit the QR code that was on the screen. How's
Perfect.
that?
That's handy. That was Di Matteo. I don't know if he bumped his head up against the boards, but he jogged off the field, so it looks like he's going to be okay. No 6th attacker for Harrisburg. Silva's going to kick it from his own end. Headed back across to Reggett. Last few seconds ticking off the clock here at Cable Dahmer Arena. Many of the fans have come to their feet. Zach Reggett battling with Riley Urey. Urey comes out with it. Here come the Heat. Over to Tavernese. Eric Pereira of the Comets runs, shields away Heat players from the ball. Now Zach Reggett's in there as well. Ball loose, and Neto's got it now. And these will be the final seconds. Nicolau Neto's going to pick up a win in goal since losing to Milwaukee in overtime early on this season. Congratulations, Neto. And the Comets, they're winners here at Cable Dahmer Arena. They've won 3 in a row. They get the 3 points. Final score, 7-3 over the Harrisburg Heat.
San Diego coming to town next, and then St. Louis here, and then a road trip to Harrisburg for 2 weekend games. And so you got to, what's the old adage? You got to take them one game at a time. But the Comets keep keeping up with that top 3, Chihuahua, Baltimore, and San Diego.
Yeah.
So Kansas City definitely among that top 4, looking to cement good playoff spots as they head to Pechanga Arena. Excuse me, I said Pechanga.
Yeah,
Arena. That's like the first time I said it all year.
Let's go down to Lux. She's got our player of the game, Rion Marquez. Lux?
I'm here with your first star of the game, Rion Marquez. Rion, what a game. How you feeling?
Feeling great. We have a lot of pieces that are not in the game, unfortunately, due to injuries. But I think the guys that came in stepped up and did a great job.
I mean, you had an exceptional match tonight. 5 points, 2 assists, 3 goals. What do you attribute to your strength this season?
I feel like we're getting there. I feel like we're not there yet as a team. To be honest, I don't really mind the stats. As long as we win, I don't care if I have 1, 0, 3, or 5. But yeah, we still have a lot of work to do to get to the level that we want to play at.
What feels better, scoring a goal yourself or helping one of your teammates hit one?
It's hard. It's tough. I like the feeling, but the feeling of winning is always better than anything.
Absolutely. Congratulations, Rion.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Oh, Lux, that was a great question. You kind of put him on the spot there, didn't she?
Honesty's a good thing, Nick.
It sure is. All right, let's take a break, and Eric and I will wrap it up when we come back. Comets winners 7-3 at Cable Dahmer Arena. See you in a few minutes.
The Adirondack Apartments, the brand new apartment and townhome community, is now open in Independence and is the exclusive housing partner of your Kansas City Comets. Discover modern luxury living, from stainless steel appliances to resort-style swimming pool. The Adirondack Apartments has everything you need to live the life you deserve. Stop by or visit us on the web to schedule a tour of your brand new luxury home. The Adirondack Apartments.
Hail, alma mater, we sing to thee.
Thy name forever a guiding light shall be. Strong as an oak tree, thy name shall never fail.
To thee, alma mater.
Hail, Park Hail. We are. We are. We are.
We are.
And we're back inside Cable Dahmer Arena, Kansas City, with a 7-3 win over the Harrisburg Heat. As you heard from our player of the game, Rion Marquez, the Comets were without a lot of players, Eric. And what do you think that having some of these young players, these rookies with lots of inexperience, play in this game tonight?
Well, if you're a starter and you didn't play today and you're starting to think, oh, I need to step up my game because somebody else may want my spot. We talked about it all last season, how that helped Nicolau Neto when he was pressed by Philip Ejimadu. We're going to see a lot of midfielders being pressed by some of the young guys.
Comets are going to play the San Diego Sockers coming up on Friday, February 7th. We hope you can join us. Our thanks to producer Devin Brower, our technical and director Tristan Borelli.